Punch Kings is a competition amongst a group of city's finest barkeeps. They make a punch.
We have 10 cities, 5 bartenders. They get a punch bowl and a bottle of Breckenridge bourbon, any recipe they want to put together. They have 30 minutes to make the punch.
We're starting to see this emergence again of the punch culture.
Punch is the genesis of the cocktail. Without punch, there would be no cocktail culture. So we owe a really, really great service to the punch, because that's what people drank through the 20s and Prohibition, through the 30s, through the 40s. Punch bowls were the thing.
Punch supposedly comes from the Indian word paunch, which is basically like 5 ingredient things.
Something strong, something weak, something sour, something sweet, and the 5th ingredient is some spice.
Last Call is the grand finale of the Punch Kings competition. So out of a 10-city tour, 50 top bartenders, 10 rise to the top to go to Last Call, and then whoever wins Last Call is the Punch King.
The reason why I think Cochon and Punch Kings tie together so well is because they're both focused on quality and they're both focused on community.
We were hosting events around the country, and Cochon Y5 was growing and everybody wanted to go have a good time afterwards, so we needed these after party locations. I was like, all right, we're gonna bring all these amazing people to the restaurant and bar. I suggest that you guys batch up and make some punches. No one was really doing punches. It wasn't happening on a national platform. And after 5 years, we're starting to see a lot of punches emerge as a way to create something to talk about at your bar.
I think handcrafted means a lot of different things to different people, but when you see all these bartenders finding 1,000 different ways to put different ingredients together by hand for a social event, that's what the Punch Bowl is all about.
It's a journey to get back to stuff that's made by people with purpose and passion.
More and more you see large format punches pop up on people's menus, and I don't think things have changed. Maybe technology has changed, but I think classic technique has not.
Anybody can throw together, maybe like a Long Island iced tea at your house, but handcrafting is perfectly measuring each ingredient to get the flavor that you're looking for.
In terms of what a bartender looks for in their ingredients, it's when the sugar content in the actual fruit is at its finest. If you can capture that in a syrup or in an infusion or something like that, that's really going to give you the best result at the end of the day.
My name is Patrick Williams. I'm the beverage director for Punch Bowl Social. We got 6 locations across the country, opening 3 more this year, competing in the Punch Kings. So I wanted to highlight the elements of the bourbon. I've got my exact measurements here for my batch. You can make mistakes on the fly once the competition starts. So I've got medjool date infused Breckenridge spiced rum as my secondary spirit. I'm going to start with that in my batch. Got a full bottle of the Breckenridge bourbon. Don't want to waste a drop. For my weak element, I used a blend of 3 different teas. From Tico, their Fireside Chai, their Outpost Orange Spice, and then I added a little extra lapsang Shushan tea to get the smoke I was looking for from the tea. So I have fresh squeezed blood orange juice. They're lovely and in season right now. And my last ingredient here is a medjool date syrup. So definitely a kind of a nerdy cocktail for sure. I'm gonna put about half of this in and then taste the punch, see where we're at, because I don't want the punch to be too sweet.
I don't like to talk smack. I mean, we're all friends in this industry. However, I am known to come into other cities and just take that.
I'm the prettiest one competing, and sex sells,
I am very excited to win a $1,000 bottle of bourbon, but I'm really excited to go and throw down in Aspen.
I won last year. I was lucky enough to win last year, so I'm looking to defend the title, and hopefully the bottle's mine tonight.
I think I have a good shot at winning.
The drink tastes good and better than everybody else's.
There's so many great bars and restaurants in the city and so many great bartenders and cocktail programs that if you're not really bringing it, it's something that somebody's already done before.
My name is Simone Mims. I am here competing with Cochon 555, an amazing event. We look at cocktail culture right now. People are using rum and agave spirits in traditional whiskey applications. So I decided to use a whiskey in a traditional rum agave spirit application. My dad's Cuban, and I grew up in New York. During the summertime, we had pina coladas, and then in the wintertime, we had milk punch and coquito. So I wanted to kind of bring all those kind of things into the punch that I was doing today, because my mom would always make these punches where it was just like pineapple and coconut, so that was part of it. You know, coconut milk is amazing. The pineapple gum gives that richness, and then we have guanabana. It's a white flesh, and it's like sweet and sour, really, really delicious.
I did a version of a Mexican punch, what they called an agua loca. Bourbon, mezcal. I did a strawberry puree and a blackberry puree.
Squash juice, lemon juice, pineapple juice.
So I started with 1936 Meadowbrook Farm, some of their beautiful Mangalitsa pork fat, and I brewed a passion fruit tea with that.
I took the plums, de-skinned them, and pureed them, and then I juiced and strained the lemons and the blood oranges.
And of course, like Breckenridge bourbon.
The beautiful Breckenridge bourbon, and with a Japanese drip tower, put inside black limes, Freak of Nature oolong tea, and tonka beans.
My name is Dane. I am the beverage director for Brian Voltaggio. So I run the bar programs for all of his restaurants, and I was competing in Punch Kings. I did a mushroom punch. Oloroso sherry that was infused with shiitake, porcini, morel mushrooms. It had pickled morels. Right now you can act like there's spring ingredients, but there's not. The big spring ingredients that are coming out right now are gonna be herbs and mushrooms. We wanted to utilize those. They're not utilized a lot in cocktails either. One of the beauties of Punch Kings is the fact that we're making drinks for chefs. It's more of like a creative experience to see if it works. My punch was aggressive. I mean, it was weird, and that's what it's supposed to be. But the beauty of being a chef-driven concept is the fact that all the ingredients we make by hand. I mean, it says handmade on my hands, you know. So for me, that's the most important part. It's being very in touch with what you're making.
I try to treat drinks like we treat our food at the restaurant, and that's kind of just trying not to mess up pure, simple, delicious ingredients.
Fresh, and a little bit of love. Well, balance. You need to have sour, you have to have bitter, you have to have a little bit of sugar.
I think dilution is probably the #1 most important benefit or detriment to a punch. It could really make or break it.
So I think the perfect cocktail is made at the perfect time with the perfect ingredients for that specific person. I mean, a great punch is just something that's really well balanced, and I think if the guests are enjoying it and they're happy, that's really all that matters.
That's it, fuck it, it's money.
Okay.
That's money. If I can't, not gonna make it any better now. Or am I? What's happening? Oh, what's happening? Oh no, it just got tastier.
Very good, man. Thank you. That's beautiful, by the way. You know, I'm just feeling it out. I like to measure cocktails and stuff like that, but it's a real art to a punch, you know?
I like it.
So I like to build it slowly. Or maybe I just forgot to pre-juice all my lemons.
Punch King judges to the stage. All my Punch King judges to the stage.